Hello and welcome to week 13. So these symptoms this week, there was a lot going on, but I'm still feeling really sick and off and disgusting. And this week I actually started feeling shaky, even though it was cold, but it wasn't from the cold. It was like I don't know, it was a weird shaky feeling. I don't know what it was, so I don't know if it was just my body or just me not feeling the best, or don't know. So that was really strange feeling. But yeah, still felt hungover as buggery, and yeah, it was still not a great week for sickness. I had constipation. Let's just say it. I was clogged, and it's all the hormones. And then there was one day I didn't poop at all, which is really strange because I'm a pooper every day. Like, I'm a regular person, like, that just poops every day. Constipation is it was painful for me because my body's not used to it. If anything, sorry, this is going to be really TMI, but if anything, like, my stomach's used to going too loosely out the back door. I don't want to say. I hate saying it, but... And then this week also I had diarrhea, so I was like, what the hell's going on? You are so clogged up, then you have diarrhea, and you're not pooping? What the hell? What is going on? So I was very confused. My body was confused. Don't know. Hormones. But apparently it's all very natural for it all to be all over the place because everything's happening. And there's a hormone that slows down I think it's your stomach or your bowel movements. So that was fun. But anyway, moving on. I had sore nipples again, sharp pains. It was painful in my boobs, my nipples, everything. So things were happening. My nipples started getting darker as well. It was weird. I was like, what's going on? And I think they started to get a bit longer this week, which is really weird. So, yeah. I don't have, how do I put it? I don't have huge nipples, and I don't have tiny nipples. But I have, I don't know, what's a regular nipple? There's no regular nipples, is there? I don't know. Actually, why am I comparing? I don't know. I haven't seen that many nipples in my life, so I have no idea. But things were happening. Things were definitely changing. So anyway, that is that. I also lost my appetite, which was really interesting because I'd already in the last couple of weeks had lost weight because for a couple of weeks now I've lost my appetite. I didn't feel hungry, and when I did eat, and I did the whole try and eat regularly because then you don't feel sick. That didn't work for me. I never felt sick in the morning when I woke up. I would just get up, do my thing. I was always sick in the morning, like vomited in the morning, but when I did vomit. But I never woke up feeling sick, and I know people have crackers beside their beds, so that's a good handy tip to have. But I just lost my appetite. I just didn't want food, didn't want anything, but when I did want certain things, that's what I wanted, and that's what I would get, because yeah, it was like a craving. I had to have it. But yeah, just food was just bleh to me. Also with food, if I saw food on TV or saw food on Facebook or anything like that, I would feel sick. Like, it was just gross, and it was like that for a couple of weeks. So whenever I saw food, it just made me feel sick, and I was just like, nah, can't eat it, don't want to eat. There's times where I didn't really eat, and sometimes I wouldn't eat really much at night, and in the morning I felt fine. So I don't know, just my body, I didn't want to eat. But on saying that, I did eat because I knew I had to have something in my stomach and something healthy in my stomach. So I did have little bits here and there just to keep my appetite, my stomach having food in it. So yeah, it's all a bit confusing. But yeah, I just didn't want to eat. I had indigestion too, And even if I didn't eat, no matter what I ate, I had indigestion, everything. So that was not cool. So it's not like I could just eat something and be like, I won't get indigestion. Every single thing, drinks to food, yeah, no matter what. It just, well, that's the only two things you ingest really, isn't it? But yeah, it's just one of those things. The hormones this week were interesting because I cried watching a TV show. Hormones were crazy. And then I cried because I knew I was going to find out the gender like soon. So I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh my god, I'm going to find out if it's a boy or girl. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I just started crying. So emotions were definitely high this week. Also, this week I think it was only once, but it felt like my bubbles in my uterus, wherever my uterus was sitting or down there, it was just like felt like bubbles in my uterus. That's all I can explain. But it only happened once. People make out like it happens all the time, but it only happened once for me, and that was the first and probably, and I think it's only happened twice through this pregnancy. I felt those bubbles down there. So yeah, it was just one of those cool things that I was like, is that gas or is that the baby? I'm not sure. So I kind of just didn't look into it too much. Yeah, because I think a lot of people go like, oh, I felt the baby. I'm like, you're like 8 weeks. Like, it's not really formed. But people think gas, they get confused with the gas with the pregnancy feeling. So yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Enjoy your own experience. But for me, the bubbles, I was like, not sure if it was baby or gas, but yeah, either way. So I was super tired this week. Yeah, just wasn't sleeping very good still. So waking up in the middle of the night, feeling sick still. It started getting better, I think, this week. But yeah, one of those things. It's just pregnancy. Things are happening, and that's what that is. I got more pimples again, so that was interesting because I just kept having a pimple here. But this time, these pimples started to like come up real feisty, and then they would disappear real quick. And I'm like, hang on a minute, what the hell's going on? Because usually those ones would like stick around for ages. But so they were like coming and going, and then choosing when they. And I had one that was on my chin on the right hand side, and it took like ages to go down, but then this time it like literally came up flaring, and it was so sore, and then it went away like 3 days later, and I was like, what? Make up your mind. Are you coming out or are you staying in? I don't know what's going on. So my pimples were a bit weird. I don't know. Is that a normal thing? I'm not sure. Anyway, pimples. So this week, the scan I had, I'm not going to say it because I have no idea how to pronounce it. So I'm going to write the scan name here that I had done. And it was amazing. So I get a scan every time I see my obstetrician, as you've seen the footage. But this scan was done at a specialist place, just to see all the organs, if they're all okay, like the heart, the brain, the liver, I think was that week as well, and just to see the hands, the feet, they're all formed, all that. It was the coolest thing, and it was so long, the appointment. Well, it felt like I was in there for 2 hours. It was like a half an hour appointment, I think. But it was the coolest thing, and it was one that I would recommend getting. I got this one done at 13 weeks, and then I got my other one at 20 weeks. And I'm not sure, because a couple of people I've talked to have said that they only got one at 20 weeks like that. So I don't know if it's because of my miscarriages or to double check or what, but it was the best scan ever. So I will put in some photos, and I wasn't allowed to film it because it is a private practice, which sucked, but anyway, it is what it is. But they did give me photos and a little tiny video. Now the video goes very quick, so I might put it on twice just so you can see it again. Yeah, and it only goes for I think like a couple of seconds, but it was the coolest footage, so I'll put that in here. So it was super cool because they checked the baby's back of the neck to see if it had Down syndrome, but the baby was moving so much that she couldn't actually, she couldn't get it, and then she got it in the end. But yeah, it was so cool. Highly recommend that. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Thanks. Bye.